What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MULN stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you why this asset is in consistent downtrend and what should we expect from the technical standpoint. On top of that, and it is the most important, I will show you how you should do your own due diligence from scratch, and I will show you this on the example of Mullen Automotive. So stay tuned. Let's start with the price section. Let me show you that in general this asset is in consistent downtrend, and even this year alone, from the very beginning, from basically December 22nd, it lost more than 74% of its value. And from its highest point of this year, from January the 5th, it lost more than 88%. And let me show you that it is in consistent downtrend and there is no long position on Mullen right now, except these small positions that were added on May the 4th that are in green. And that is why you have to be very cautious with any technical trades of this asset. And let me show you how you should do your due diligence in order to invest in certain company. So first of all, you have to take a look on the statements at the bottom right corner of the screen. We are on trading view, and here you can find that they didn't disclose any financial information. And let me show you that they are stated that this company is an EV manufacturer company. And let me show you their financials right here. You can click it and see that, for example, they have enough assets of $440 million and they have $420 million of liabilities. But if you take a look right here, you can see that their assets, you have to open this tab folder, and non-current assets. Right here you can see net intangible assets. And it is a goodwill and other intangible assets. And the total amount of these two lines is $186 million. And it is not the real money. It is just a paper money that should be excluded from the total amount of their assets. And this means they have liabilities much more than their total assets. And this puts them on the quite risky territory. On top of that, they don't have any sales, they don't have any revenues. This means despite that this company was founded in 2014, and since then they didn't produce any vehicles. And it also might be an extremely big red flag preventing you from the investing in this company. So let's take a look on their newsroom section. They have plenty of news, especially during last several days from the beginning of May, sorry, and these news are quite positive. Mullen readies for commercial launches and announces customer pricing for Class 1 EV cargo vans and Class 3 EV cab chassis trucks. Mullen announces a reverse stock split. This news by itself is not a bearish one, but it is a very bearish if you put it in the context. And I will show you what should we do in order to realize the bearishness of this reverse stock split. Next one, Mullen Automotive provides company update, and this update on the first glance is quite good, but you have to be very cautious with their projections and with their promises, because from 2014 they made a lot of statements that didn't become a reality. For example, let me show you several articles. We are on fleetowner.com website, and this article was published on December the 6th, 2021, and it says, validation process starts for Mullen Class 2 EV cargo van. And let me quote to this. Mullen said it is on track to deliver its first vans to existing fleet customers starting in the second quarter of 2022. So they didn't deliver these vehicles, none of these vehicles. Next one, another article that, and it's not an article, it is their official press release made on July 30th, 2022. And it says, the first 300 fully homologated for the US Mullen Class 2 EV cargo van be delivered to DPL by November 30th, 2022 at the request of DPL. So none of these vehicles were delivered, and I have to say that they don't have for these vehicles at all, and I will tell you later why I think so. On top of that, let me show you another article that was published on September 25th on Motor Authority. And it says, EV startup Mullen to go public, launch MX-5, MX-05 SUV and Dragonfly K50 sports car. And let me show you that right here you can see the render of their MX-05 vehicle. It is the predecessor of Mullen 5. And let me show you that right here. David Mishry said, we plan on completing the build out of the pilot plant by April 2021 and to begin assembly of certification prototypes by July 2021. Mullen chairman and CEO David Mishry said in a statement. These vehicles will be used for homologation, which is expected to take 16 months and to be completed by May of 2022, at which time we expect to begin delivering the first vehicles to the public. So we are on May of 2023 and none of these vehicles were sold, none of these vehicles were even homologated for US public roads, and they don't have these vehicles at all. On top of that, let me show you their promises related to K50 model. 2020 Quanto K50 by Mullen, a California built-in bargain EV supercar. And this article was published on April 19th, 2019. And it says sales are forecast to begin in California in mid-2020, then extend to the other KRB emissions stated and perhaps later to all 50 states, or not. So, in mid-2020, they had to begin this production of these vehicles, and it didn't start. So, but you might argue that they just delivered several vans. Let me show you this news. UNC Charlotte places second fleet order for Mullen EV cargo vans for university campus use. And yes, they delivered in total 15 vehicles, but they have more than 300 vehicles on the parking lot of Randy Maron, their only dealership that can sell these vehicles. And I have to say that it is just leftovers from the ELMS company, and they cannot sell it at all because the price of these vehicles is extremely high. It starts from $34,500. But why in the world you should pay this extremely high amount of money if the original vehicle that is produced by Mullen New Energy Cargo starts from $13,500 and ends at $17,500? It doesn't make sense. On top of that, these vehicles are not homologated for the public roads, and this means their top speed is limited on 19 hours per hour. And you can easily find this fact by simply googling Mullen 19 miles per hour, and the first link shows you that the vehicle described in this manual is designed by the manufacturer to not exceed 19 miles per hour. And the reason is that they didn't pass an homologation process, and this means that they are street illegal. And that's why they cannot sell none of these vehicles, especially for these extremely high prices. So we have a lot of red flags, especially the latest ones that a lot of people might argue that it is their best chance. And let me show you that it is this small box, a magic box, that might be extremely useful for EV vehicles because it extends the current range of vehicles by more than 40%. But the inventor of this black box just deleted his social media, and he just went in limbo, and nobody knows what does it mean and what to expect next. On top of that, Mullen Automotive and David Mishry didn't wrote anything, especially David Mishry. He keeps silence with his Twitter account, and he don't want to do anything. And why in the world investors in certain company should search the information somewhere in the internet in order to make it public and in order to push the price of the stock higher? It doesn't make sense. On top of that, the recent 8K form that I covered in my previous video and the video before my previous video shows that they still have 5.5 billion shares outstanding, and this means the dilution will not stop. And this means You cannot enter your position with anticipation that this is a long-term holding, and this means I highly suggest you not to enter any position on Mullen at all. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and hit notification bell, and share this video with your friends and family. And this video will help newbies to protect their capital. So, see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.